Oh, finally, I am back in the UK. It doesn't seem like a while. I was in Sweden for a couple weeks. I found the park in Cry Fear where you do that puzzle. It's so weird to be here in person. It's like a video game reference in real life. What the hell? But now we're back making some daily slop. By the way, if you're wondering, that beeping light over there, that's a bomb. If you don't click subscribe, that bomb will explode and it will kill all of us. So today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest faces on the internet, someone that proves that even though you come in a small package, you can have great expectations. Now, this video originally was meant to be for the British actor Warwick Davis, but currently he's trying to sue 4chan. That's a real tweet he made, by the way, when he found out someone was posting about him on there. So instead, we're going to be talking about Hasbulla. I'm pretty sure you've seen him all across the internet. Now, apart from appearance-wise looking like the oldest Mr. Beast viewer, he actually has a human growth hormone deficiency, or dwarfism. Now, I was really surprised to find out that Hasbulla, he's only 20 years old. That's younger than me, because usually a lot of people that have a human growth hormone deficiency, they look pretty young, but they're like double the age. For example, Andy Milonakis, he's 40. He's actually nearly 50 years old. Now, to compare Hasbulla, the only other creator that even comes close that I can think of is Oliver Tree, because both of them, they somehow networked with a really good management company, because you will see them anytime you open up YouTube Shorts, anytime you open up TikTok. I said YouTube Shorts, by the way, before TikTok, so I get promoted in the algorithm more. Anyways, you will see them collabing non-stop with usually bigger creators at the minute. For example, like Oliver Tree with KSI, Hasbulla with like UFC. Now, Hasbulla is originally from Dagestan. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that word. Sorry for that. Which is a republic in Russia. And like I said, his appearance and his quite short stature, childlike face, well, more like a baby face. And like I said, his short stature, his childlike face, he went viral absolutely everywhere because, you know, he was doing stuff that babies don't do despite looking like a literal toddler. And I'm sure you've seen him in like various reaction meme formats, which is basically the way to go to stay relevant or gain some kind of relevance. For example, there's this one where he's like eating food and then he kind of looks away, disgusted. And that's been used in so many reaction formats.
Where's my salad? I forgot to order salad. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Damn.
But to give a quick example of how viral Hasbulla is, there was a video uploaded by the Nelk Boys of them inviting him over to America, and in 8 days, just over a week, that video has over 10 million views. I honestly don't have any idea who the Nelk Boys are, apart from interviewing OJ Simpson. It's just that LA side of the internet. The only thing I do know is the guy that runs the channel, the main character, he just looks like Steve-O if he never actually went sober. Now, the biggest event that blew up Hasbulla and made him viral everywhere before the reaction formats was him beefing with another e-celeb. Now, the other person he was beefing with was 19, so they're around the same age, and he also had a human growth hormone deficiency, mostly rickets. And this guy called out Hasbulla to like an MMA style boxing match, but listen to this. The Russian Dwarf Athletic Association, that is a real thing by the way, they called the fight unethical. There is so much lore here, it is deeper than like, you know, the dragon runes in Skyrim. So instead of having like an MMA style boxing match where I'm sure there'd be like a bottle of, you know, KSI's Prime somewhere on the floor, instead you had this weird confrontation where they just scream at each other a lot, push each other around, and you have this bouncer style guy that looks like he looks like the Kingpin from Marvel's Spider-Man, just trying to break up the fight. Now, I gave you some lore about Hasbulla. We love lore. I love Five Nights at Freddy's lore. But the thing is, there has been some drama around him. I was going to call this video huge Hasbulla drama, but that dickhead Ludwig stole the title from me, so I can't do it because it's a bigger channel. But there have been some videos that have surfaced of Hasbulla being kind of a dick. I mean, that is his personality, to be outgoing, kind of do whatever he wants, like the bratty kind of kid, pushing people, punching people, and you know, it's kind of whatever because it's against people. But then when it's against an animal, yeah, it's kind of fucked. So he posted a video of him, like, I guess like training his cat, or more just like scolding it and telling it off. And you know, he's like slapping it on the head, pulling at its ear, and the cat obviously is not comfortable with it. The cat tries to move away and he just keeps following the cat and repeating the same thing. Now again, I do want to put out there, he's not throwing any kind of like sucker punches to the cat's face or like, you know, knuckles drawn, but again, he's like slapping the cat and the cat's obviously uncomfortable with it. Now I do want to say, just by presenting this argument alone, I sound like a bit of a Twitter drone. Can the cat consent? Vote in the poll down below. But yeah, in reality, if you go around bitch slapping people and that's like your entire shtick, fair enough, but I just don't see why you should also do that to an animal. And then Hasbulla came out with a response video, and you'd imagine it'd be something like, I don't know what drama's going on right now. For example, when KSI said a slur, and then he sat down and did like this kind of apology where he looks like he's in like the middle of a police interrogation, like a JCS video. Hasbulla did not do that. He instead doubled down and said the cat was being naughty, so I told it off.
Ja понимаю, то, что люди ждут, где я запишу, чтобы на меня потом вот так напасть на мою ошибку. Типа, ты это делаешь, ты не то делаешь. Потому что она мне сказала, я чуть ухо потянула, и все. Я кошку очень сильнее люблю. Если я кошку не любил бы, я дома не держал его уши. И когда не слушается, я чуть поругал его, чуть ухо потянул.
Now, the cat scandal, like a Pokemon, it does evolve, which I'll get into a little bit later. But in the meantime, let's have a little palate cleanser. Hasbulla likes NFTs. Like most people based in like LA, they love NFTs. And I'm not joking. I know Logan Paul's like a pretty big NFT shill. Hasbulla has him beat by a country mile. He is one of the biggest shills for NFTs I've ever seen. Now, I know in the current state of the internet, me saying NFTs le bad is probably as brave as like mocking someone for paying for Twitter Blue. It's not really an amazing statement, but it's really obvious that Hasbulla probably didn't even know what he was signing up to. He just signed with like a really sleazy management company because, for example, his social medias, his English, Hasbulla's, is terrible. I've barely even heard him say like a single word. He's probably worse than Kojima. But then you go onto his Twitter feed and every single post is completely grammatically correct. So he at least has a social media manager, but in reality, I imagine he has a team that just runs everything for him and he probably gets an embarrassingly low commission from it. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up the NFTs is like this giveaway he was doing, for example, if you did the casual retweet and follow like 5 other scam accounts, it's the equivalent of like a knife giveaway in CSGO. We've seen all this before. But what you get for this is jewelry. But not any kind of jewelry, Web3 jewelry, which means it isn't even physical and basically means nothing. And he's also gone to the next step by having a lineup of his own NFTs. So you can own your Hasbulla virtual adventure, benefits of the NFT ownership, exclusive invitations to all Hasbulla in-person and online events, airdropped Hasabi tokens to all holders. It's everything about Hasbulla. I have no idea why you would care that much about like a funny TikTok reaction meme. But then you've got the classic Hasbulla, Logan Paul, because of fucking course Logan Paul got involved in this, of course. But I was really disappointed to scroll down and see Ethan Payne from Sidemen also got involved in this. And then you've just got all the supporters and they look like all the people that you would see at a Bored Ape meetup flexing their like Rolex watches and Richard Mille watches. Fucking hell, he started his own currency. It's like the Imperials in Skyrim. Now, one funny thing I do want to bring up about Hasbulla is because of his small stature, people tend to treat him like a child, which, is his entire gimmick. But I'm not talking about crouching down, giving the little high five. I'm talking about his own men picking him up and cradling him like he's the baby Jesus and he's just been pushed out the vagina of Mary Magdalene. And there's an even worse one. He goes on a podcast with Mike Tyson. I think it's called Hotboxing or something. The entire point is they smoke weed. Lamau, the sex number. The sex number. I meant the drugs number, not the sex number. That's 69. He goes on the podcast with them, and I don't think anyone actually told Mike Tyson that Hasbulla is a fully grown adult, just has the stature of a child, because he picks him up, fights him like a dad would fight their son, and then he starts like nibbling on his ear or like kissing him, and then you can see him lower his bucket hat to try and like avoid the second blow, and he just can't. I know Mike Tyson enjoys a diet of men's ears, as we've seen him many times in the ring, but that is definitely a new low. But yeah, I'm going to conclude this story by going back to the cat story. After like not apologizing and basically doubling down, saying he was telling the cat off, more live streams appeared where he was, just being a little bit harsh with the cat. Nowhere near as bad as the original video, but still kind of just like, smacking it on the head to the point where the cat kind of like flinches whenever his hand comes near. Again, it's not great to treat a cat like that. It just reminds me of this skit that Ray William Johnson did years ago where he threw like a baby across the room. Not a real baby, but like, just a toy baby. But yeah, overall, Hasbulla is very small. I'll shit him out and also, obviously, treat your pets with more respect. I think it pretty much, pretty safe to say that. I do like as well in his original video where, like, he didn't apologize. He basically said, if I, as the owner, didn't love my pet would never home. I know so many examples of people that, like, are abusive to their pets, but they still keep them around anyway. So that is not a good excuse at all. Anyway, Hasbulla, if you're watching this, I'll fight you in the ring. And if not, I'll buy one of your NFTs. Like and subscribe for next video.
I hit a woman for the first time in my life, and I'm having fun.